Let's see. Let's just go ahead and refresh this. I haven't. Honest question. What do you think Biden is? Is Biden senile or a pathological liar? I I've never been in the camp that as unhealthy and as bad an image as such an old man had for the country. He always knows what's going on. He's very aware. He's just a guy that thinks he can get away with it. He thinks he's cute. That's what bugs me about him the most. He thinks he's cute. Elon Musk, this is so crazy. See what Elon Musk thinks is crazy. Oh. Hmm. Guy's got. Okay, I think I've heard the rest of that. Yeah, it's funny. Daddy's got to pay the bills, I guess. That is one of my biggest things. It's like the default thing of always saying, and there's plenty of good people in the organization. Maybe not. You start choking things off by what you hire at the top, and they start firing and hiring with their own selectivity and filter. And all of a sudden, you've got nothing but bad apples. Huge thank you to Bondi, Pam Bondi, and FBI Director Cash for releasing phase one of the Epstein files today. Well, okay. Yeah, I still haven't heard lots of details about that. Scott Adams' three biggest Democrat hoaxes that are essential for controlling their base. We can somehow magically know any American election, including 2020, was fair. Spoiler, that's not a thing. January 6th was an insurrection and not an attempt by protesters to make sure the election that looked rigged to half the country was re examined before certification. Number three, Russia started the war with Ukraine because only invasions count as starting. These are hoaxes. Yeah, Adams always has. He's thoughtful, you say. You can always say thought went into it. He's not necessarily always going to come up with smart stuff. He was all he and the biggest. I find the most laughable thing about Adams is he just tried to wiggle all over the place like he wasn't totally pro-vax. He obviously was pro-vax. Prominent Republicans are on the Epstein client list too. Epstein list is the greatest revelation since Geraldo opened Al Capone's vault. Yeah, it's not going to surprise anybody. It's a bunch of people with just tons of money that this Mossad guy is trying to get on hidden cam, having massages or whatever from cute little girls. Thunderdome vibes. Oh, someone's about to get knocked out, I guess. Trying to keep her or him at bay. What are you doing? Slashing at her? Good God. Looks like it. Oh, it's a baton. Trying to keep this guy. Let's see, I guess. I don't know. Weight class is supposed to matter. Looks like they got this guy all day long if they want to jump him. There we go. Uh-oh. Whatever that was about. Just got an Epstein binder. All right. Things are happening. I doubt it. Who is really being removed by ICE tonight? The child who would have discovered the cure for cancer in 2046? The ninth grade nerd who would have stopped that asteroid that's going to hit 2023? Do we care? Yeah. And then the same, now do abortion genius. I have it better here on my my profile one. I retweeted it. It was such a good little meme. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, here we go. Deported illegals could have cured cancer or been an astronaut. Interesting. Now do aborted babies. Of course, that's the a book I couldn't read. What is that called? It's called Now explain what this is used for. That is obviously a prop. Looks like it was a vampire killing prop. Vampire killer's prop. I wouldn't be surprised if it. Here we go with James Woods right on top of that. And that wouldn't surprise me if that was in John Carpenter's Vampires with James Woods. Justine Bateman. I always thought she was so incredibly cute. She's smart, too. Influencers shouldn't be getting the Epstein files. This is absurd. They should be released to the public all at once, not used to make money for insiders. I agree with that. Can't hardly. The great Gene Hackman has passed away. Miss Teschmacher. I had the honor of working with him on Superman. His performances are legendary. Yes, they are. I was talking about Night Moves. I've got that in my Amazon. I paid for it. Amazon library that will probably go away someday. USAID fire staff gives 15 minutes to grab stuff. HQ shuttered. Gene Hackman has one of the biggest royalty streams in Hollywood. I suspect murder. Well, so you think someone is wanting to divert the legacy of his stream? I guess that's like something you can pass on, that you can pass on your royalties to someone. Yeah, you can get kind of tired of looking at a very, very healthy 95-year-old that gets out for his own coffee and everything like that. You might think that needs to be. I'm hearing though that my immediate first thing was that it was carbon monoxide, but then I see some additional stuff that says there's some pill containers laying around. Waving binders, reading the Epstein. If you were introducing someone to classic rock for the very first time, which album would you recommend? Let's see what gems we come up with. Trying to think of ones I played the death out of. I played the death out of some oddball ones. I enjoyed Frankie Lane's greatest hits to weird levels. 20 in the posse, and they're never gonna let me rest since I became a wanted man. I'm always on the run, and now they hunt me like a mountain cat, and I'm always. Anyway, yeah, you don't have to tell me that's not Frankie Lane. Name a movie where the soundtrack is better than the film. This is one of the punchiest soundtracks ever of all time. But the soundtrack is so crucial. I forget. There's a movie I saw being discussed on YouTube the other day where everybody said, "Well, we didn't have a movie until that soundtrack dropped," and it was a movie you think of as just being totally a great movie, but this guy's opinion of it was that a soundtrack was absolutely necessary to it. Oh, was it? Was it the Ipcris File? I think it may have been. Yeah, yeah, it was. I think it came straight from Michael Caine. That said, "Hey, we had a movie once we had that. Once we had that soundtrack." I had to play the video to believe this was a real quote. Honestly, I don't think it was possible to reach this level of dumb, but I'm here for it. The prices at the grocery store are going up because democracy is being taken away. Yeah, yeah. That sensitivity, to democracy being taken away. Really, I like Bridget Phetasy, the dumpster fire, releasing sensitive information on sex traffickers to influencers smiling with their pedo binders for a photo op is a choice, I guess. It also leads me to believe we will never get any of the goods. Yeah, I tell you what, if you can't really truly release it, you can do big flashy things to diffuse the fact that you just can't release some of the goods. It makes you wonder. It's like, does it come? Let's see, the views. Well, I'll finish my thought. I just wonder about who is big enough that the moment you see it, say, well, we obviously can't do that. And it's an integral part of what we would be releasing. So, forget it then. The View's Joy Behar, Elon Musk, he was not born in this country. He's this foreigner, foreign agent, an enemy of the United States. Yeah. I tell you, I have to say the conservatives bug me on this level for this reason. I would never, ever be exposed to any of The View unless someone like Alex Jones of all people, or is this? Is it the Blaze? No, that's Cheeto Head. I forget his name. I guess he's had a up and down, kind of a back and forth with some bankruptcy and all that. What is his name? This show should be called Scott and the Retards. Yeah, Scott Jennings is always nailing these guys. It turns out they don't even understand some sort of basic about how the government works. The departments, Gene Hackman, his wife, and guard dog all found dead. Hey, Randy Quaid. Hey, Hollywood, anyone else upset, furious, and deeply concerned? Yep. What killed Gene Hackman? What prompted the welfare check? Well, it sounded like they were out of circulation for at least a week. Milo. He may be invisible to everybody else, but I've decided to follow him. They're called correspondence cards. They are exceedingly old-fashioned as well as blisteringly expensive. These days, you only see them in embassies. I am devoted to them, obviously, precisely because they are, as you rightly suggest, a pompous, self-regarding anachronism. Good old Nimoy. Julie Nimoy. Let's see if I agree with these top 5 Gene Hackman movies. The Conversations, right up there. You're right. Royal Tenenbaums, right up there. Right up there. Superman the movie. The French Connection. Unforgiven. No, I'd put Night Moves. I guess I'd have to push Superman out. Superman isn't number 3. I don't think they're saying there's Well, it hints that this would be top 5 in order. Can't take the movie fast. Oh, sheesh. You can't move fast. People die. The idea that someone can ever this crew that's in there can ever reach uh, the status of a moral high ground. Forget it. Those people kill millions of people. Just people dropping dead in the wake of their bad behavior daily. The FBI New York appears to have gone rogue. AG letter says FBI New York is withholding critical Epstein documents. Scott Adams is sarcastically saying, shocker. This after reports that the FBI was secretly destroying Epstein documents. Yeah, they got somebody that they're just too well connected and too important to somebody to give up as an obvious, they've got, oh, look at that, a cat. Why you should have a cat. That swing over into, it looks like a little bit of mating behavior. I think that orange cat's moving on to that little snowballs in heat vicinity. Dan Crenshaw, put this insanity to rest once and for all. No, I'm not ever going to harm Tucker. Not even Tucker himself believes it. But unfortunately, there's a cottage industry of online outrage peddlers that are spun this way out of control. That's life in the internet age, I guess. And for those wondering why you probably won't see me sit down talking to Tucker, it's because we don't respect each other at all. Tucker has hurled petty, vile insults at me for years. I don't go interview with some guy just because he grabs my attention by lying about me and insulting me constantly. Now you know. Enjoy your day. Yeah, I don't know. There's guys that, but the word is, there's a million people that if they knew me, they would say, hey, Ellis, fit in this. You'd have something where you'd have people wanting to cram you into something, convince you of something. Clint, extremely saddened by the passing of Gene Hackman. He will be deeply missed. I'm trying to think if they worked with on anything other than Unforgiven, but I don't think they did. Even though, that's a movie you're not going to see listed, but I really enjoyed him in the that movie about the showdown, the with all the rules with good old Sharon Stone and young Leonardo DiCaprio. Sam Raimi movie. Kind of wacky. I liked it. What was that called? Razorfist says, I love his rants. Boy, you talk about somebody that can write a good essay. Yeah, Razorfist. And perform it. We are not a white country or a black country. We are a Donkey Kong country. I tell you what, we're unified on the idea that we are into our entertainments. I don't know if that's what he meant. Breaking, a black bar visited Epstein Island hundreds of times. Sorry to say good home. There's another roll. God, I think that, as funny as that damn movie is, I think everybody always brings up the blind guy. It's one of the main things. And what's he doing? He's doing the Liam Neeson, the Leslie Nielsen thing of just really just playing it straight and doing that to comedic effect, And he was great. Everybody just loved that. Oh, I haven't seen that movie in ages. I love this kind of movies, bloopers, where people are just cracking up. Dad, it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years Nimoy's dead. From his daughter. He came up in the what do you call it? The Jewish. Oh, the Jews have a special kind of theatrical thing they do. Kind of interesting. It's one of those Adam Sandler things. It's like that's one of his reveals. Both Shatner and Nimoy are Jews. That song he does. Doug TenNapel, my good friend Doug. Tate left the country, turning his back on America, thinking Romania was better. You rejected USA, and now you should leave the country. Plus, your mother is English, so you're an anchor baby. Keep your Muslim culture out of this country of real men. Receding jawline and hairline, a classic symptom of English inbred bloodlines. Doug is swinging now that he's been canceled so many damn times. Like I say, he's swinging now. It's like he's been canceled. He's been kicked off YouTube, canceled there about 3 or 4 times. He's going to say, just go ahead and cancel me again. Like he says, he's in exile, in perpetual exile. Satire is dead. The Babylon Bee is now a straight news source. That's James Woods. Another guy he's a Mensa kind of guy. He went to MIT. Gavin Newsom launches true crime podcast about how he killed California. Oh, boy. That's a good one. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, she had the Epstein story 3 years earlier. Yeah, they decide what goes through. Yep. That you have to do stuff that average people don't understand because those are the only good things. Andy Warhol. Elitist notions. Best shootout scene in a movie ever. That was awful good. But you know what? You get wrapped up and say, hey, I'll go through all that heat drama again. And you realize, damn, this is kind of a long movie. It's good. Michael Mann, good Lord. What's my favorite Michael Mann movie? It would have to be Manhunter. One of the best album covers. Share an album cover you love. Elvis. Yep. Yeah, Ricky Gervais could do a good live read of the Epstein client list. Do a little commentary. Break in every now and then. Did you really walk to school? I remember walking to school one time when icy sleet was flowing one way to where I had to walk backwards. For about a quarter, what was it, half mile? I don't know. Yeah, I love the idea of USAID being canceled and all these things we were paying for without knowing it. All of a sudden, they're just starving on the vine. I am New Hollywood, the new direction. I tell you what, there's somebody that is like, I think her self-promotion direction is really strong. Okay, this is going to be it for my, God, I guess I could go on forever with this stuff. Actor Brian Cox on Trump. I think America is in a lot of trouble. I love this guy. Great Tombstone. I just mentioned Manhunter. Talk about that. Talk about synchronicity. Fantastic. The first Hannibal Lecter. Okay, we're out of here. Got to get back to the other thing. There we go. In stream.